Words of Sri Aurobindo from the book The Mother, Part 2, Letters on the Mother by Our Lord, Chapter 10, The Mother's Help in Difficulties, page 325, topic Assurance of Victory. Sri Aurobindo says, be sure that the mother will always be with you to carry you upon the path. Difficulties come and difficulties go, but she being with you, the victory is sure. Date 18th July 1936. The path you have now taken to cleave to the mother through all circumstances and let nothing shake you from that will bring the true solution of difficulties for you. For it seems the psychic being has started its work in you. Date 24th December 1935. Remain firm, says Sri Aurobindo. Remain firm and turned in one direction towards the mother. Next topic, the descent and the difficulties. Question: is it true that the nearer the descent of the supermind, the greater will be the difficulties of those in whom it is to come down first? For the Sri Aurobindo says it is true, unless they are so surrendered to the mother, so psychic, so plastic, free from ego, that the difficulties are spared to them. Next topic, faith in the mother's working. Sri Aurobindo says it is the true attitude to leave all to the mother and trust entirely in her and let her lead you on the path to the goal. Date 2nd March 1936. It is not by his own strength or good qualities that anyone can attain the divine change. There are only two things that matter: the mother's force at work and the sadhak's will to open to it and trust in her working. Keep your will and your trust and care, nothing for the rest. They are only difficulties that all meet in their sadhana. Date 13th May 1936. Nothing is impossible if the nature of the psychic being is awake and leading you with the mother's consciousness and force behind it and working in you. Date 19th October 1935. If one remains in full confidence in the mother and psychically open, then the mother's force will do all, and one has only to give consent and keep oneself open and aspire. Date 12th November 1935. All faults and errors are redeemed by repentance. Confidence in the mother, self-giving to the mother, these, if you increase them, will bring the change in the nature. Whether the progress is rapid or slow, the attitude should always be an entire faith and reliance on the mother. Just as you do not think that the progress was a result of your own effort or merit, but of your taking the right attitude of reliance and the mother's force working. So you should not think that any slowness or difficulty was due to your own demerit, but only to seek to keep this attitude of reliance and let the mother's force work. Slowly or rapidly does not matter. Date 14th November 1935. No, it is perhaps some part of the vital or the physical consciousness figured it. But the path is not a desert, nor you are alone, since the mother is with you. Date 2nd November 1933. Next topic, the mother's positive attitude. Sri Aurobindo says, Mother never thinks of future difficulties, faults, or dangers. Her concentration is always on love and light, not on difficulties and downfalls. It is the higher reality that Mother brings into the world. Without it, all else is ignorant and false. Date 3rd August 1934. The one thing to do always is the next topic. The one thing to do always. In this, Sri Aurobindo says, once one has entered the path of yoga, there is only one thing to do. To fix oneself in the resolution to go to the end, whatever happens, whatever difficulties arise. None really gets the fulfillment in yoga by his own capacity. It is by the greater force that stands over you that it will come. And it is a call, persistent through all vicissitudes, to that force by which the fulfillment will come. Even when you cannot aspire actively, keep yourself turned to the mother for the help to come. That is the only thing to do always. Date 3rd March 1934. Next topic, trust in the mother's force in difficulty. Sri Aurobindo says, what is needed is perseverance. To go on without discouragement, recognizing that the process of the nature and the action of the mother's force is working through the difficulty even and will do all that is needed. Our incapacity does not matter. There is no human being who is not his parts of nature incapable. But the divine force is also there. If one puts one's trust in that, incapacity will be changed into capacity. Difficulty and struggle themselves then become a means towards the achievement. Date 27th May 1936. Do not brood over your difficulties. Leave them to the mother and let her force work them out of you. Date 22nd March 1935. Never allow this idea, I am not able, I am not doing enough, to come and vex you. It is a sick suggestion and brings depression, and depression opens the way to the attacks of the wrong forces. Your position should be, let me do what I can. The mother's force is there. The divine is there to see that in due time all will be done. Date 4th November 1935. Not to be disturbed, says Sri Aurobindo, not to be disturbed, to remain quiet and confident is the right attitude. But it is necessary also to receive the help of the mother and not to stand back for any reason from your solicitude. One ought not to indulge ideas of incapacity, inability to respond. dwelling too much on defects and failures, and allowing the mind to be in pain and shame on their account. For these ideas and feelings become in the end weakening things. If there are difficulties or stumblings or failures, one has to look at them quietly and call in tranquilly and persistently the divine help for their removal, but not to allow oneself to be upset or pained or discouraged. Yoga is not an easy path, and the total change of the nature cannot be done in a day.